over. President Trump back on Twitter with a new message to America, conceding to Joe Biden and condemning the Capitol rioters.
Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power.
Other late developments. Tonight, CNN is reporting a Capitol police officer is the 5th person to die as a result of yesterday's siege. Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund is set to resign next week in the wake of the violent riot his officers were clearly unprepared for. The House Sergeant-at-Arms has also resigned. And incoming Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he will fire the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms if he doesn't do the same. And House Speaker Pelosi now promising to launch impeachment proceedings against President Trump if his cabinet does not invoke the 25th Amendment to remove him. Meanwhile, the U.S. Attorney for D.C. says all options are on the table for charging rioters, including sedition. D.C. police have released wanted posters of people they want to speak with, and the FBI says it's already received more than 4,000 tips.
CBS correspondent Michael George begins our team coverage from Capitol Hill. Michael, a lot of questions tonight about not just how this could have happened, but what happens next.
Well, Liz, what we saw in the president's video, just as important as what he said is what he didn't say. While he did say a new administration will be taking office, he also would not say President-elect Biden's name. And while he did condemn the violence, he didn't talk about his own role in perhaps inciting some of that violence. All of this coming as many are calling for him to be removed from office.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. We have just been through an intense election, and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored.
CBS News has learned some cabinet officials are floating the idea of invoking the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump from office in an attempt to scare the president into ensuring a smooth transition of power. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wants the cabinet to act quickly.
Remove this president by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the vice president and the cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment.
Sources tell CBS News Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao's resignation makes it less likely the cabinet will act to remove the president. While the cleanup continues on Capitol Hill, questions remain about how the protesters could make it into the Capitol in the first place and why police weren't better prepared to handle the planned protests.
No one can tell me that if had been a group of Black Lives Matter protesting yesterday, they wouldn't have been treated very, very differently than the mob of thugs that stormed the Capitol.
The government is now moving in 6,200 National Guard members and installing 7-foot-tall fences in preparation for the inauguration.
These personnel and this security measures will be in place for no less than the next 30 days.
The FBI says it's working to identify those involved in Wednesday's rampage.
And we've learned so far 55 people are facing federal charges in connection with those riots, and we expect that number to increase. The police and the FBI are using social media to try and track down more perpetrators. We're live right now in Washington, D.C. Michael George, we'll send it back to you.
Now, Michael, where do things stand at this hour with that 25th Amendment push? You mentioned the president's shrinking cabinet makes his removal less likely.
Yeah, that's right, Liz. We have heard that cabinet members did consider invoking the 25th Amendment, but as the day went on, it seemed less and less likely that that's a possibility, according to sources. And that means that Democrats are very likely to follow through with their threat to pursue impeachment as a means to remove the president from office early.